So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are today to talk about your idol, Iman Gadzhi. I would have never thought I would be making this video, but I think his fans deserve it. Now let me explain what I mean. Iman is a high-value man, well-spoken guy, and a ladies' man. A figure that many people look up to and want to be like. But sadly, we now have to tear down his portrait from our bedroom walls. For more than 5 years, he has been not only loved, especially lately with his great YouTube growth, but praised like a god by the Red Pill community and his fans. Now, with his latest program, he has lied to all of his community, disappointing them and questioning the values he has preached for so long. He basically spoke about the elites, how they control economy, your habits, and your life, eventually giving you a way out, his course. Well, all good so far. What he did wrong was saying his videos would probably be taken down by them, and proceeded to take them down himself. And to be honest, I was disgusted with the move, but eventually he apologized in a very persuasive way, so we all forgive him, right? Well, it doesn't matter. Back to our discussion. When I say his fans deserve it, and that his mistake is a good thing for you, it is because you can learn a valuable lesson from this. You should understand that the only person you should trust in your journey is you. No matter how fabulous and inspirational some internet figure may be, you must know you can only trust yourself. So, let's talk about Renaissance. Before the Renaissance and the birth of science, which is in its essence an irrefutable way of explaining nature and things, people used the ipse dixit to explain things. In Latin, it means he said it, referring to Aristotle, and the concept around it was that when people couldn't explain something, they relied on these two words to justify it. You could justify everything just by saying he said it, ipse dixit. He's Aristotle, very smart guy, so you can't say he's not right. He was so wise, you can't compare yourself to him. Well, turned out that was quite an unreliable method. Now, the Iman Gadzhi phenomena is quite similar. Regarding him as an infallible god, you have chosen to listen to him blindly, to trust him on everything he said, giving him the Aristotle status. The ipse dixit has been a thing for many years, until the 17th century, when Galileo came up with one of the biggest intellectual inventions of humankind, the scientific method. Briefly, the process of objectively establishing facts through testing and experimentation. And that is the switch that everyone should be making in their thinking if they haven't already. Observe the situation, analyze it with your senses first and gather information, then logically interpret it and give your personal explanation. That is how you create your own ideas and break free from other people controlling you. Of course, this is the first step. The second is to take action, but I won't be speaking about it in this video. Now, this video is not intended to discredit Iman, but rather to send you the message that you shouldn't regard nobody as a godlike figure, no matter his or her achievements or status. Now that I conveyed the important message, I'm going to tell you something way less relevant. My thoughts on Iman and on the controversy. I think he's great, all-around objectively successful guy. I can't say anything with certainty about him as a person, only opinions on what I see from his videos. The first, and this is a personal belief, is he is genuinely a good guy. There are some things that he showed throughout the years that he just couldn't fake. I see him as a real one. Second, he says a couple of years ago when meeting with someone, he would always find ways to say how much money he was making to boost his ego. But it seems to me that he's still doing this today. Maybe not directly, but if you think about Iman, I'm quite sure the first thing that comes to your mind is flashiness, the watches and the rich man things. In every podcast he ends up speaking about it. Yes, he answers questions. And I understand that he is trying to sell his lifestyle and not the course. But from my perspective, he is still doing what he was doing years ago. Plus, by admitting he was doing it in the past makes you create a subconscious distinction from the Iman of the past and the Iman of the present, who is grown and mature, so you would never think he's still acting like that anymore. Be always critical, guys. Last thing, he still has to find himself. As much as he wants to portray himself as an impeccable figure, he is still only 22 and hasn't done or seen it all. The proof is simply the fact that he went back on his actions, deleting the videos and then understanding it was wrong. Finally, the apology is something that takes courage, especially in this case, where he could have easily gotten away with it. So guys, remember, don't worship anyone ever. Find yourself the tools you need for your journey using the scientific method. And now, go conquer the day.